I want to read to you a little bit about the great apostasy from the Holy Scriptures, 2 Thessalonians 2, verse 3 and 4. Let no one deceive you by any means, for that day will not come unless the falling away comes first, and the man of sin is revealed, the son of perdition, who opposes and exalts himself above all that is called God or that is worshipped, so that he sits as God in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. This is what the deceiver will do in the last day. And how do we get to this place that we are willing to allow this in our world? Our falling away. And that is us knowing God and falling away from God and letting His words slip out of our hearts so that we are positioned to become deceived. And there are ministers of the gospel all over the world, and people are falling away. This gives me pause. Let's read about what these ministers are like and some characteristics to look for. And we will look at the scribes and Pharisees, and we'll look at a portion of what they are like and see if you notice similarities to any ministers of the gospel now. Matthew chapter 23. Then Jesus spoke to the multitude and to his disciples, saying, the scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. Therefore, whatever they tell you to observe, that observe and do, but do not do according to their works. For they say and do not do. For they bind heavy burdens hard to bear and lay them on men's shoulders, but they themselves will not move them with one of their fingers. But all their works they do to be seen by men. They make their phylacteries broad and enlarge the borders of their garments. They love the best places at feasts, the best seats in the synagogues, greetings in the marketplaces, and to be called by men, Rabbi, Rabbi. But you do not be called Rabbi, for one is your teacher, the Christ, and you are all brethren. Do not call anyone on earth your Father, for one is your Father, he who is in heaven. And do not be called teachers, for one is your teacher, the Christ. But he who is the greatest among you shall be your servant. And whoever exalts himself will be humbled, and he who humbles himself will be exalted. But woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites!